connotation to it. And the definition is given in Matthew chapter 5 verse 9, which says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. So the terminology in effect is given to ones who represent God. Now notice the subtle distinguishing factor between Son of God versus God the Son. God the Son, the second person of the Trinity, which is never mentioned for Jesus, or for that matter for anyone else in the Bible. So God the Son was a later formulation. Christ is the second part of the Spirit. But the term God the Son is never forget God the Holy Ghost. So what we say, we invite you back to worshiping God alone.
Okay,
the one we can use, Jesus is a conduit, he's a prophet. So what he says in the Bible, I seek not to do my will, but the will of God who has sent me.
Okay.
Of my own free will, I can do.
Like
Precisely.
so
right on. Look at that message. Prophets of Allah. Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus and Muhammad. So we say peace be upon them as a mark of honor to them and as a mark of respect. So they were never God. Muhammad, upon whom be peace, a prophet, similar to Jesus, Abraham, Moses and so forth. Man is never a God. The Bible defines that as well, that man is never a God.
Personally, I've seen a lot of similarities in a lot of religions, but I've also the Quran you never really get to read.
So you've got
so that's
you've got a free copy.
There's a similarity. Personally, I'm not a big believer in any religion. I'm not. You have whatever beliefs you want to believe in. Personally, I see a correlation between all of them. And that's why I got this, because I've not learned, say, the Muslim side of it. I've learned the Christian side of it. I've seen the Buddhist side of it, but I've never had the chance to sort of check.
See, why we believe Islam is so unique is it's Muslims, or the Quranic narrative is God is unlike his creation. Number one. So as we guys speak together, if I raise my hands out towards yourselves, what have we got in between? We've got space, matter, time, atoms, molecules, everything you can comprehend. And that came as a result of the Big Bang. Everything came forth 13.8 billion years ago. What initiated the Big Bang? How did it come about? It required a conscious will.
That's what I'm not a person that disbelieves there can be a higher power, but as I say, I'm more of a
agnostic.
It hasn't been proven yet, so I'm open to it.
And that's why it's called faith.
But at the same time, look at. Okay, so check this out, guys. It's simple. It's a simple equation. It's nothing too difficult. There are 3 or 4 possibilities. A universe from nothing. Nothing means the absence of absolutely everything and anything. Is that possible? Is that plausible? No. Did the universe create itself? How can something inanimate create itself? Does that make any sense?
That doesn't.
So the universe couldn't have said, okay, I'll create you now, universe. It makes no sense. Then you ask, okay, fair enough. What's your idea? Oh, we believe in God. Who created God? Well, the question in itself is redundant. Why? Because if we have an infinite past series of events, we will never come into the present.
That's it.
Make sense?
We
will never come. So that dismisses the concept of infinite regression. So the only plausibility, when the universe came into existence some 13.8 billion years ago, something initiated, something so powerful even beyond the universe, which is incomprehensible, and that is what we remit to our Creator. Makes sense? See, so we dismiss the other possibilities, because even the atheist has got to jump off the fence and say, well, I believe a universe came from blah blah blah.
The Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
But on its own.
On its own. Exactly. Make any sense? Does that make any sense? A Big Bang doesn't make any sense at all.
I must say, even the whole evolution from monkeys. I'm like, but we still have monkeys. So wouldn't they have evolved?
No, but the point being is that we just simply go back right to the beginning. A universe, like we've just laughed it off from nothing, which is ridiculous. Because in itself, nothing is the absence of absolutely everything. So how can if you said to me, listen mate, I need 20 quid, I'm a few quid short, and I said I haven't got any money on me, none of my friends have, I've got nothing in the bank, how am I going to give you 20 quid?
You can't make nothing out of nothing.
Precisely. Now guys, listen to this. So once you've been satisfied that there's a creator, because because you said you're uncertain, what's the other plausibility?
I don't know, there's many of us.
Like what?
There is no specific thing that has personally proven it to me. As I say, I'm interested in this to see what the Muslim perspective of it is. I've seen as a child, obviously growing up in England, you get hammered with the Christian perspective.
Yeah.
Then I've looked at partial bits of the Buddhist perspective of it. I'm still collecting information.
It's quite simple. Listen, in terms of the creation, we've gone through just the 3 possibilities. If you could tell me there's another possibility, I'd like to hear it. I've yet to hear it. So there's 1, the universe created itself. 2, a universe from nothing, which is incomprehensible. 3, someone created a universe, or something was there. Like you said at the beginning, you believe this
Reign of power.
Reign of power, which is beyond.
There could be, but as I say, until it is, as you say, agnostic, until it's been sort of put in front of you. Not even proven, but when there's evidence, or more evidence of that,
Yes.
maybe there is already evidence of that.
I think the philosophy, because science can only go so far in terms of its empiricism, meaning what it can show to you in terms of its ability to show. However, what we observe here is that this is beyond science as well. This delves into the philosophy of science, in which they can never comprehend this. A universe simply from that. I think we've fathomed it out between us, and I think our friend here needs to fathom it out as well, in the sense that we've looked at 3 possible. So an atheist, just say you're still unsure. So what we've done, we've dismissed the other 2, because the universe came into the existence. We've dismissed the possibility that it could have come about from nothing, which is totally absurd. Did the universe create itself? I don't think so, because the universe is inanimate. So how can something create itself? For example, did you create your mother? No, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it makes what we're only left with one viable alternative, that something initiated the universe, something beyond these elements that came forth, helium and hydrogen. Have you followed what I've said? So now, that in itself leaves us with only one possible conclusion. So what we say is that everything is contingent upon something else, and it's only something which is outside of that set of contingent things. Like, for example, us 3, we could be, I don't know, sitting somewhere in Russia, for example. Me and you could be female, this lady could be a male, but the fact is that we are existing in this particular way. There has to be something outside of that set of contingent things which has made us this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Makes sense, yes?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say to you, my friend, the other possibility, so the only one option is something so supernatural has occurred. Even the atheists in retrospect accept that it was a supernatural event. But we've then dismissed what the possibilities of that supernatural event would have been, and there could only be one possibility of a creator who is beyond the universe, more because it makes sense. This creator would be more infinitesimally more powerful than the universe, because it was created by it. See? So we're dismissing all the other plausibilities, you see. Hence now, what we're looking at. We're looking at a creator. Now, suppose you're satisfied with that explanation. Even though you say you need further evidence, but we've dismissed that. So as Sherlock Holmes once said, I think if I recall, if you dismiss all the other possibilities, whatever remains must be true. So that then tells us that there must be. So, bearing in mind that creator, does it make any sense that he's created all of us for jest or for no purpose whatsoever? Makes no sense whatsoever, does it? So it makes more sense, and then imagine he's going to tell us, all right guys, I made you, I've seen a few thousand years, and I'll judge you, and I won't give you any form of methodology of living. So the analogy I like to give, which I've done so many times, is this mobile phone. Pretend you've never seen a mobile phone before. I hand it over to you. I tell you, and no one's ever seen a mobile. I said, you can speak through this device to someone 12,000 miles away in Australia. But I think, all right, show me it. So I can hand it over to you. Then I'm going to say to you, operate it. What's the first thing you're going to ask me about how to operate it?
How do I?
How do I? You need, exactly. So you get instruction sheet. You'd ask for instruction sheet, a manual.
This is what
I'm coming to.
What I've believed for a long time is you have the Bible, Quran, not quite sure what the Jewish scripts are.
Old Testament.
And then obviously the Buddhist.
Yeah.
Links between them. There's a lot of similarities that something happened, say thousands of years ago, that people have used these books as, for want of a better word, a self-help book, a guidance through life.
Excellent.
Which, as I say, how
But
you
I
want to
don't
live
like
your
how it
life.
also has been used to control people at the same time.
No matter what you get, you're going to get people that take advantage of any
Yeah.
situation. You
Yeah.
are going to get,
Yeah.
say, there are extremists that use the Quran for a bad way. There are
And
people,
the Christians,
Yeah.
like
the
people
whole
buy
sort of,
like Vaseline, it's like magic.
There are people that are going to take advantage and use something from their perspective
Yes.
to do, well, not good, to do evil, basically. But then you're going to get people that use it as a self-help book and a guidance through life. So, as I say, I personally,
I think it's nice to believe in something other than
your perspective. It's,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
because
say
yeah,
it's
because
convinced
like
me
we,
to,
okay.
like, it's not turned me. I appreciate your perspective, and that's why I've got this to study
Sure.
more. Of,
Study more. What you
yeah.
would find commonality between the three faiths is that there is an understanding of a one creator who's unseen.
always God.
Always God.
Yeah, always
The bottom
God.
line is don't be a dick. And don't be a dick to others, and people won't be a dick to you. That is
Fair enough. But
But
at the same time, we have to also acknowledge our creator as well.
Yeah.
A
yeah,
one
yeah,
supreme
yeah,
being.
yeah.
And then to give gratitude. For example, you've got two lovely eyes, just as your friend has as well. If I offer you 50 million quid for both your eyes,
No.
you could never see it again. Would you accept it? Not a jolly chance.
I'm a
Yeah.
DJ. I'd rather you take my eyes and my ears. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, and you give 50 million. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? If I took your eyes,
Decks you can get for 50 million.
Yeah, but you can't see. How
you can't see or you can't hear it either. You were just saying, how are you going to see it? Come on.
Come on.
I mean, I know Ray Charles is in the crow's nest. Let's take in the mic. All right, let's get into the gist of the matter then.
Go on then, mate.
So then, God then sells us revelation upon telling us how one is expected to lead one's life. Now, you made an interesting point about control. We as human beings have to acknowledge a creator and give gratitude. So I just gave the analogy of the eyes.
Yeah.
Who would give? I wouldn't. If you offer me the whole world, I want to give my eyesight. You have to be crazy to even consider it. Not that I'm saying anything, but anyway. So in that particular context, that creator is worthy of worship. The air that we breathe, we couldn't survive a millisecond with the fact that 78% of the air is nitrogen. There's certain bit of oxygen. If there was a 0.25% less of such and such, we wouldn't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
It's all conducive to life being.
Then what would your perspective on Druids be? The people that actually sort of, they believe in obviously Mother Nature, and that is their bottom line. That is their sort of deity, is Mother Nature. And
But
man.
then when you
So
connect the two, where does Mother Nature come from?
Precise. That's exactly. Well,
They
so
just kind of
They
going.
It just-
praise the earth, and that's
They've
what
Precisely.
chosen
they
to
give
call it
thanks.
Mother
what
Nature.
we've done,
rather
Way of giving thanks to
we've cut the shaft and we've gone right to the initial point, which is the beginning of the unit. We've summarized it as well. So what I'm saying to you, basically, God's guidance in all the scriptures was to worship Him alone. The Jews had that, but they transgressed. The Christians then went to an extreme by associating a man as God, although he never made that claim. Islam comes as God's final law to mankind, inviting mankind to worship God and God alone. So we pray 5 times a day as a mark of recognition that God is worthy of that praise. And that is something that the prophets in
One thing I'll give you guys
amazing,
props for
yeah.
is your dedication.
Yeah.
Yes.
That the dedication that the Muslim community has, you have to respect it.
I appreciate those sentiments.
Respect it, yeah.
But what I'd like, but you're also a fellow human being
Yeah,
as your son. I've got
yeah.
concern for you as well.
Welcome.
So I would like you also to envelop that, because 100 years ago none of us were here,
Yeah.
and another 100 years it's highly likely we'll be here. So in the intermittent period, we are then going to be.
I'm going to Walt Disney, mate. I'm getting quiet.
My baby's calling me.
Yeah. Anyway, sir, we've got to go.
Okay, it's been great speaking to you. All the best to you. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Assalamu alaikum. And then what's the response to us?
Salam rahmatullah.
Say that.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Check that out. You can watch it tonight, or you can watch it whenever.
Okay.
Sam Dawah on YouTube.
Sam Dawah, yeah.
Dawah, D-A-W-A-H.
Take care, bud.
Take care.
Respect.
Wa alaikum salam.
Is